Hey, what's up, soldiers? My name is GregFPS, along with my co-host Grizz,
Hey, what's up, guys?
and welcome back to episode number 10 of the Power Up Podcast. It's crazy that we've already done 10 episodes, but today, guys, we are going to be primarily talking about Shaolin Shuffle. As you guys know, it is going to be releasing on the 18th, and we got the trailer this week, so we're going to be breaking down some stuff that we saw in there. We're going to be discussing our opinions, all the new stuff we saw, what we think about different things from the trailer, and also we're going to be taking a look at the community opinions of the map as well, going through some of the comments from the trailer video. So without further ado, guys, let's get right into it, and we're going to start it off with first impressions. And if you want to kick that off, Chris, you can go right ahead.
Ken, something I haven't even told you yet is I got the 18th off, so we're fully good to go for that Easter egg. Pretty pumped about that.
Yeah, we have a really good squad, guys. It's going to be me, Lunatic, Jedi, and Grizz. All four of us. Luna and Jedi finished Rave second in the world, and they were also the first people to upgrade the bows.
Nice.
Me and Grizz were some of the first people to get the bows, so I
For the
definitely...
first day. First day, 100%. No one's got work. We can fully go for it.
Yeah,
I'm
it's gonna
very
be fun.
excited.
We're definitely going to kill it, guys.
So our first impression, we had our first impression of Shaolin Shuffle. We had our first impression of Rave in the Redwoods when we first saw the trailer, and I think everybody was a little turned off when they saw the rave lights happen in Rave in the Redwoods.
Definitely.
I think, and I don't think we had a real moment, at least with Shaolin Shuffle, that was quite on that same caliber. What do you think?
Yeah, there definitely wasn't anything to that degree. I think that there is some, negativity with maybe the melees and whatnot, but we can get into that in a minute. But I think, like, overall, my first impressions were I kind of liked the atmosphere of the map and what it looked like. I liked the time period. I like how the characters, look different. We still need more storyline from them, though, because it's just a barren wasteland. Overall, though, I think that it's definitely going to be pretty interesting, but I want to read something really quick, and this is actually the description of the map in the trailer, description. It says, after narrowly escaping the rave of their lives in the 1990s, our four actors find themselves transported to their newest nightmare in grimy 70s New York City. Will Andre, AJ, Poindexter, and Sally survive Willard Wyler's next masterpiece? Get ready to bring back the funk with the action-packed Kung Fu Fright Fest of Infinity Ward's latest zombies adventure, Shaolin Shuffle.
It still doesn't give a ton away, but it does excite you for the map.
Definitely, and at least they confirm in that it is one of Willard Wyler's films, which is good.
Okay, Greg, so there was a conversation before that Ghost might be another film. Like Call of Duty Ghost, that whole thing happening might be another film. Are you on board with that at all? We can move on from that.
I don't think so at all.
Okay. All right. It was just an idea I had, but we want to get back on point. Our first impression for DLC 2. I had a good impression overall. I just wanted more for storyline in the trailer itself.
Yeah, I think that the storyline is just something that they're holding on to till the map releases, and they want the community to find it out for themselves. They don't want to just tell us, which is a good thing and a bad thing. But I definitely agree that the trailer kind of had me hyped. I really like funk music, so that made it better.
Talked about the charms. You liked the charms.
Yes,
and how much storyline that gave in Rave.
Definitely.
Think something like that's going to happen here, just with more of a kung fu vibe?
I think there is the potential for something like that to happen. Do I think it will be charms again? Maybe. It just seemed like, I don't know. I feel like they have to do something different, but the charms was a good way to learn some storyline information. So if they can implement it with maybe something else, or just continue the charm thing, I'm down for it,
Yeah, there's different ideas you could use with your weapon, I think, like different straps. You could get different straps on your weapons, and that could be what changes or the charms itself.
Yeah,
something on the weapon can change.
I kind of wish they had the description of what it was when you got it. Like when you add it
Yeah.
on the charm, it would say like faster running speed through water, or
Yes. Like a
like
little white text that would just pop up and disappear quick.
yeah, and be
Something
like
like that.
20% faster sprinting or like anything
Just
like
like
that.
the helmets in Revelations. Remember when you picked those
Yeah,
up and it showed
exactly.
you all the statistics?
Yeah, like 66% more damage towards enslaved keepers and all that stuff. Yeah,
I
that
think
would have
that's
been.
one of the biggest improvements that they could make if they wanted to improve that aspect.
Yeah, if they bring the charms back, I'd really like to see something like that because, like, a lot of people made videos about it, but it was kind of, it took a while to, like, those weren't coming out till like 2 to 3 weeks after the map was already released, is
Yeah.
when people were actually finding out exactly what they did.
What about size of the map? How you feeling on that?
I think the map size is going to be pretty good because it is in a city.
Mm.
Hopefully it's bigger than Shadows. I mean,
Is
Spaceland
it New
was a
York City? Is it in New York
yes,
City?
yes,
Okay.
1970s New York City. We got Spaceland, which was a huge map, and Rave was pretty big as well. So I definitely think that the map sizes are pretty good. Like when it comes to, for example, like Rave and Spaceland are about the size of like a good size map, like
Yeah.
Garage or
Rave was pretty
something.
big.
Yeah, so I'd say that they're definitely on the medium to large size, whereas Transit would be like XXXL, and
That's
just
true.
fog infested. But we're not talking about Transit.
Make a good point though about like how big it would be for Rave. Like if you just take how big Rave is and just make that a complete city, that's a pretty big map still.
Yeah, definitely. That's even I would say bigger than Shadows, as well. But
Yeah, it might be.
overall for like the size and everything like that, we know there's going to be a train or subway system. Uh, you can actually see in the trailer, you can kind of see like part of the starting room because Up and Adams is there. So I think how it's going to work is we're actually going to get onto the subway and there's going to be different stops where we can get off and then go like up top. So, for example, in the trailer, we see like if you guys have ever been on a subway, you know, you get off and you go up a set of stairs and then you're at the specific stop.
Mhm.
So I think it's going to be like that. There's going to be a few different areas around the map that you would go up and say you're at, you know, the dojo area, or you go up and you're at somewhere else. I think there's going to be specific points of interest, and that's kind of where how the subway thing's going to work. It's going to be really interesting to see how everything works, though, for sure.
Greg, you were talking about how Lee Ross said it would take a little bit to get used to
Yeah, and you have to
tram system.
it might be kind of hard to master as well. So I think that it's going to be good. As far as like getting on and off, maybe you'll have to jump onto it, or maybe you have like a 5 second window where it stops really quick and opens the doors and then leaves right after. You know,
Mm.
I mean, I would be fine with that. I just hope that the subway doesn't take like an hour to go. And also, I'm interested to see if there is enough room in the subway where, like, what if you take the subway and you had a zombie and you kind of just leave? Is it going to die? Is it going to
Yeah,
die out? Like, that sort of thing. Because on Shadows, we had, like, the whole tram system, which you
that's
could
kind of how
still
I'm thinking
kind
about
of
it.
train a zombie inside of the tram if you absolutely needed to. So I'm kind of curious to see how big it's actually going to be. It didn't really look huge, to be honest.
No, and but we do have a subway underground, so you know that it's not gonna. I don't think it would just stop in one area. I think it's gonna go in a circle all the way around the map.
Yeah, and there's also a
Underground
possibility for a bus as well. I know that's kind of
bus.
like, I mean, there
Oh, I see
was
what you're saying.
there
There
was a
was a bus in the
bus
back.
in
Yeah,
like, and it was next to the dojo and that other
wasn't
keep.
moving though.
Yeah, it wasn't moving. I don't know if it's possible. It could be. They might just be going the whole public transportation route, which is fine with me, but I mean, are they actually going to copy a bus and make it like transit? Probably not.
I
But
think it was just maybe a part of the map. Like
yeah,
it's a city, so there's gonna be vehicles
okay, yeah, that would make
crashed and
sense.
burned.
Yeah, for sure.
I think underground. If we think of the Shadows of Evil bus or the tram underground, and then just imagine that like completing in a circle. That's what I think the subway system's going to
Yeah,
be
I
like.
think
How How
I
it
think
goes
it will.
about like you calling it, I'm interested to find out.
Yeah, definitely. And also the possibility that the subway could be a way to kill zombies. If you're running on the tracks, is there going to be like a ladder or stairs you can go up? So like right when you know the tram's coming, like around a corner, if you can like put all the zombies on there and then jump out of there, will it
Hmm.
kill all the zombies? Because we know it had like electric sparks in the trailer as well. So
Hmm.
that's definitely another thing that could be a possibility as well.
I think something that people aren't talking about is how you get from one side to the other. Of course, there's a subway that comes down the middle, but can you jump down in that subway area? I don't think so. I think the train has to be there for you to go through it.
Okay,
That's how you
so
get to the other side.
okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I could see that happening, and also they could use the same method as like the elevator on 5, where you get in on one side, and the next stop you have to get off on the other side.
Hmm. I don't know
Um,
if I'd like that. I
yeah,
feel like I
well,
want the freedom.
okay, yeah. I mean, there might be a way because if you can get in, maybe you can hop it
Oh,
as well.
maybe.
I mean, it's a video game, so I hope the characters can jump 6 feet or 5 feet or whatever.
I don't know, man. When you try and jump slide, that thing, it don't really go that good. At least not as according to Black Ops 3, where you could just whip it.
Yeah. I don't know. It's interesting. So let's talk about the things that we saw, the throwing stars
Hmm.
and the biospikes. What's your thoughts on
Biospikes.
that?
Biospikes were basically what we had for. Did we have it in Zombies in Spaceland? I don't remember. I think they were, weren't they?
Yeah, I think they were.
Let's just pretend they're not, and just say Raven the Redwoods had them. Raven the Redwoods did have them, and it was pretty fun, I thought. But it was a grenade drop.
Okay.
So that's what I think we need to take from this is that the throwing stars I think are going to be in a grenade drop from the zombies, like with a backpack.
I am actually thinking of something different.
What do
I
you think?
I hope that they act kind of like the Tomahawk did in Mob of the Dead,
I'd love that.
where you can throw them and they have a recharge time.
They retract in the trailer.
They do or they don't?
I don't know.
Oh,
Did
no,
they?
I didn't see them retract, no.
Okay.
But that would be really cool. Or maybe like a throwing knife where you can pick them up after you kill a zombie with it.
Like a scavenger perk, actually, man. Like if that was the new perk instead of Deadeye Dewdrops, and it was just scavenger, you could just run over your throwing knife and it would automatically pick up.
Yeah, well, that's how they were in Ghost, weren't they?
I think so, yeah.
So if it acts like that, because I know the ninja stars or the shurikens or whatever they're called, it did kill multiple zombies. It wasn't just one.
Hmm. Okay.
So it's really interesting to see how that's gonna work.
Well, I think that throwing star did kill a few zombies.
Yeah, no, it definitely did. It,
Yeah,
um,
it's awesome.
I don't know if it's gonna recharge like that, but I hope it does.
I think we're calling for something like that. Like it's been a thing that we've wanted. Did we get something else like that in Black Ops 3?
We did not.
Did it?
We got the Dragon Strike once around.
Right.
Not really. No. I mean you had the
Think of something off the top
yeah
of my
you
head.
had the specialist weapons
Yeah, I don't think those really count. Well, maybe, yeah, actually. Now
because
that I think
they
about it, 'cause
recharge, but I mean obviously it's a lot
Black Ops 2
longer.
we didn't have that kind of super ability,
Yeah.
and that's technically what the specialist weapon is. So that would kind of be like the recharge thing. So in Shadows we had the sword, and that would kind of be like our tomahawk.
Yeah, it was just a lot longer in Black Ops 3, so I don't know if that will count. I mean, that's just an idea. Obviously, we're just throwing stuff off.
Right now we got what? Fate and Fortune cards. That's taking the place where our
Yes.
specialist weapons would be.
Mhm.
So I don't think anyone's talking about that either because it would be sweet if our grenade could be like a permanent retractable thing.
Yeah,
that we
imagine
could
if
just place.
imagine if we just didn't get grenades, we started off with ninja stars.
That would be sick.
That'd be cool.
I haven't thought about that. I guess that's kind of my thought.
Or
at least.
maybe it's like something you have to buy. Like
Like
for
in the
example,
dojo area.
maybe
she like, has them.
yeah, maybe there's like a machine kind of like Widow's Wine where you get those.
Interesting.
Because Widow's Wine grenades are different when you buy the perk, you know, than they
And they
changed
didn't
from the
have the
regular
HUDs
grenades.
on, so maybe it was a perk that granted it.
It could be. You never know.
That'd be pretty sick, actually.
I mean, I hope there's a few surprises that were not in the trailer, for
Mm.
sure. As far as like weapons go, I really hope there's like a wonder weapon or something you can get from the box.
Yeah, for sure. We
Um,
also saw the fist though, and that's something that I'm excited about. You know, I'm curious because we know about Origins. You know,
yeah,
I
the
want to know if
elemental fist, iron
it's going to
fist.
be an advanced version of that or a weaker version.
Um, I don't know, man. I mean, we had all the different things. I think it was like a tiger, a crane,
Mm.
I don't know the other one's a
Could
dragon,
have went
I
all
think.
out on this. It looks like they did with that explosion at the end.
Yes, but that also could have been a Fate and Fortune card too,
Oh, you're right. You're
because
right.
they're gonna release new ones.
Mm-hmm.
I'm interested to see though because it would be really cool if those, those kung fu moves like it has a recharge time. So when you reach the like pinnacle amount, that's when you can do like a super move and just frickin' wreck zombies.
Yeah.
That'd be cool to see. But at the same time, like we need to know like before the map comes out because like I think that it's a really cool thing that like Lee Ross and the team they really want to focus on you know melee weapons and just melee with your hands and fists and stuff. They really are pushing for that. Is there
Mm.
like a special mode that you would switch between like having weapons to like that sort of thing? I don't know. I it's kind
That's what
of
I'm curious about
yeah,
is like,
because
is that,
there's a lot of points in the trailer where they don't even have weapons. I mean, there's a
yeah.
few snippets, but like I don't know how I feel about running around the map with no weapons the entire time. Like that's kind of just weird.
We got to think about Rave too. We started out with just our fists, so
Yeah, I mean,
is that how it
we
starts?
saw the nunchucks, we saw the katana. I think that there's going to be some sort of challenge system where we go talk to Pam Greer in the dojo and she has us do certain tasks and those tasks rather are going to be towards our training. And I think that once we go back, we have the ability to maybe call in Pam Grier because she's running around the map as well. Obviously, it's most likely going to be a playable character once we beat the Easter egg, but I feel like she's going to give us tasks that we have to do, and then when we go back, that's when we start gaining abilities like those things. I think
Hmm.
I would just really do think it's going to be like that because I mean we got the elemental upgrades, but that was just getting kills and stuff. Maybe they'll be like get I don't know 10 melee kills and like they could even bring in the challenges like we saw on Rave where they had those like poles or whatever that was like get 5 multi kills and you get like a special type of grenade or
Mhm.
that sort of thing. There's a lot of possibilities. And we saw the nunchucks. I don't think that we're going to be starting off with those weapons. I think that we're going to have to get them from the box, and they're going to be a little bit stronger. And also, one thing that I was thinking of is Slappy Taffy's pretty much going to be a perk you need, I think, on this map. Like, it
Yeah.
would make so much sense if it's all melee, but what if they just didn't include the perk? Like, that's a possibility as well.
That's
It's
interesting.
maybe they're trying to get us to use that perk.
I kind of want to entertain the idea of if they're starting weapons.
Okay.
So we have nunchucks, a katana, and that's pretty much all we got confirmed, I would say. But in Rave, we had the golf club, we had the machete,
The axe and the baseball
axe.
bat.
So do you think it's possible that it could just be an improved version because we're at a later date, it's a later map in the DLC season, they want to soup it up, and maybe this is our new lineup?
I mean, it could be a different thing. I think that the time period,
Hmm.
like the 90s, that's kind of like they were going for the 90s vibe. So those weapons were definitely more of a
See what you're
90s
saying?
vibe. So, the 70s, like Chuck Norris, Bruce Lee, that's kind of the time period then. There was definitely a lot of those fighting movies.
I see what you're saying.
So they
I know that
could.
they're catering to a lot of younger people playing this game, new audience, and so that's the only reason I think they might go forward with that.
I
But
like. What do
in
you
your
what do you think though? Like, did you rather like which one did you prefer more? Did you like having the melee weapons or did you like having a starting pistol?
starting pistol, because I could
You could
rack
rack up points
points each.
exactly, and you can pack a punch, and
It's natively what we're used to.
it becomes beastly, and also just get bomb stoppers, which is confirmed on the map already.
Mm.
Um, I
It's
mean,
like the Mustang and Sally.
yeah,
You
it's
upgrade it,
so
it's
good.
awesome.
It's so good. And another thing to keep in mind is like on Rave, when you got those melee weapons, you were only getting 60 points per kill. You weren't getting
Mm.
130 like you did with the fists on like Origins, for example.
I do think it was a good test trial on Rave, but I think it's something that we can live without. I think we
Yeah,
could start with the
definitely.
pistol again.
Yeah, I would like to see the pistol.
Put the Kindle 44 back.
Yeah, definitely. Or at
I
least
guess the
make it a
last
wall
thing
buy.
that we're going to talk about is the Rat King, but more importantly, the main Easter egg. So, Greg, you want to talk about our Easter egg team a little bit?
Uh, I can talk about the Easter egg a little bit. So, like I said, guys, we have like a group of 4 people that are gonna be jumping it right into it, and we're gonna hopefully learn some stuff before the map actually drops that we can share with each other from people posting videos and whatnot. So I'm definitely excited to like jump right into it and see, but I definitely think the Rat King is going to play a huge role. Like we see those boss rounds, there's zombies that wear those like enlarged rat like skeleton masks, and
Hmm.
I call them Cubones because it just reminded me of that Pokemon
Totally
so
reminds me of
much.
Cubone.
Yeah,
Yep.
and then Marowak is like the big one, but that was just a joke. But the Rat King does look very interesting, and another interesting thing is it looks like what those manhole covers was like a shield that he had, and he had
Yeah.
like a staff of some sort, like a scepter type thing as well, which I think he like whacks with.
Yeah.
Um,
You mean
so,
like sewer entrances, right? Like
yeah,
on the
yeah,
streets?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
So he might pop up from there.
yeah, yeah,
That's
exactly.
interesting.
Which would be crazy if, like, for example, you're on one side of the map and you like jump on the tram and you go run to the other side. You can pretty much plan if he only comes from those. Like, you can plan where it's gonna be,
Yeah.
which would be helpful, I think, because if you're using, for example, like the slasher, right? He would just pop up out of nowhere.
Yeah, he
Where
just
it'd be
appear
nice,
out of
but I
nowhere.
think it's gonna be pretty strong. Do you think it's gonna be a thing where we have to knock off the mask?
Well, here's my question to you. Is it going to be more like the slashers or going to be more like the Bigfoot?
I think it's gonna be like those zombies. Well, they do like drop kick and stuff. I think they're not gonna be too hard to kill. I think they're gonna be. I mean, obviously, if you get drop kicked, you might get like red screened. I would
You're thinking of
assume.
the Cubone guys, the guys with the
Yeah,
mask.
yeah, yeah.
Those
The
are more
small
like
guys.
the round
Yeah,
five Bigfoots.
exactly. Yeah. I
Okay,
think
I
that
like
the
that.
like those Bigfoots, they were strong and they would hit like if it was like 2 of them coming at you and you got hit, you're automatically red screened. I think they're gonna be like
Hmm.
that with the drop kick thing. So you just gotta kill them quick, but they're probably gonna be pretty fast. But at the same time, in the trailer, when you see those guys run out, you also have the huge Rat King in the background, so he might come every round with those as well, which would
Okay.
be interesting to see. So I don't personally think that the Rat King that we saw might not be the boss, which is good because I know a lot of people complained about seeing the boss once the Easter egg was done.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping there's something bigger and better.
Okay, I
Um,
got an idea I can hit you with.
sure.
So let's think about zombies in Spaceland for a second. We got the clowns. The
Yep.
clowns, pretend those are those guys with the masks in Shaolin Shuffle. And then we got the brute that spawns later on, and that's the Rat King.
Yeah, but the thing is, like in the actual trailer, the Rat King was behind them,
Okay. So you think it'll be at the same time?
possibly.
That would be
Um,
epic, I think.
yeah, maybe there's a thing where you can't kill him until like later on.
Oh, like he takes a certain amount of damage over time, through
Possibly,
rounds.
maybe,
That would be
or
interesting.
like he summons those guys. And also another thing I want to talk about is there was zombies with roller skates.
That's right, there were.
Are those going to be kind of like the lumberjacks from Rave, do you think?
Well, there was a tweet by Call of Duty that I just saw. Let me just read it out loud real quick. It says, here it is. With an outfit to die for, Sally's saved one last dance on the disco floor for Willard Wyler. And it's just a little teaser image of Shaolin Shuffle. But we saw somewhat of a disco dance floor with that like lawnmower that went around it.
Yeah, it was like a floor cleaner thing. It was kind of weird.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's my only real reference to the disco, I guess, in this map.
Well, the Disco Devil was one of the posters,
That's true.
maybe.
So there might be just a little disco area, and there's
Yeah, I
zombies
think
that spawn there that are disco.
that definitely could be true because the another thing though, like the lumberjack zombies, they weren't affected by the traps
Yeah.
that didn't kill directly. Like like if you turned on the stage music at the rave area, like the lumberjacks would still run away. They wouldn't be affected in dance. So that's something interesting. But I feel like on rollerblades or skates, they're probably going to be pretty much like faster.
Yeah, I would say they'd be a little bit faster, but a lot of times we have runners and we have walkers, so I think they'll stay the speed. I don't think they'll go faster than what the runners would be like.
Probably, yeah.
We also have those symbols. There's like rat icon symbols on all the walls around the map. So I think somehow that's going to play a role like we had brave mode where we could notice things. But I think this is signaling something like this
Yeah,
is an area
I
for the
think we're
Rat
gonna
King.
have to run him through those.
Possibly, yeah. There's got to be something else with that.
Yeah, definitely.
But you're going to be streaming pretty much the whole time, right?
I'm planning on streaming right when the Easter egg drops, or right when the map drops, rather.
Same.
We'll
Not
see.
same. I think I'm just going to be in your stream playing, but I think I'm going to record in full quality on my Elgato. No, maybe I'll do the OBS recording because you can record longer.
Yeah.
Oh, I think we'll go that route.
Okay.
But it's going to be fun, man. I'm excited.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
excited for
definitely
some
gonna be
new
good.
content. It's about time.
Yeah, and then we got the new perk, Deadeye Dewdrops, which everyone is saying is Deadshot Daiquiri, apparently. Apparently it was in the code for Zombies in Spaceland, and it was never brought into the map.
Of all
So,
the perks, man. Really?
why Deadshot? If this map is
Really?
so specific on, like, melee, then why have a perk that improves headshot damage? Maybe it's good to have for the Rat King because you do indeed have to knock off his mask, kind of like the brute that was on Spaceland.
It's a good theory. I mean, it gets in the way sometimes when it locks on, like when I want to turn, when I want to turn like a sharp turn and it's still pulling my crosshairs.
Yeah.
Like it can mess me up for aiming. So I don't really like that perk, but I'm gonna give it a shot. Maybe it's a little bit different.
Yeah, maybe there's something else that maybe you get like more points per headshot or something as well.
Do you think one new perk and then just a few new Fate and Fortune cards, or do you think there might be another perk?
I'm hoping there's another perk. I think that we need something else that's almost equivalent to like Widow's Wine of some sort.
Hmm. Any last thoughts on new game modes being possible?
I don't think it's gonna happen.
I know, I just wishful thinking,
Yeah. I want to read a couple of comments though from the actual trailer.
Yeah, definitely.
Because as of right now, it has 13,795 likes to 6,236 dislikes. So there's a pretty small gap. I mean, there's like 7,000 more likes than dislikes. But still, I mean, that's a pretty large percentage. That's like 33% almost, or a little bit less. So
I'm interested in what those comments say.
yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different ones. The first one, I just realized these recent COD games, DLC 2 were bad in terms of zombies. In Advanced Warfare, we had Infection. In Black Ops 3, we had Zetsuba no Shima, and now this. Incredible but true. There's a bunch of other stuff too. Well, for a second there, I thought I was watching a non-COD related game. Well, now I can see COD died. Um, I like the music, but this is a crappy ripoff of Shadows of Evil. Um, you know, why is this called Shaolin Shuffle if there isn't a Shaolin monk? Shaolin isn't a martial art. The Shaolin monks train in Kung Fu and dedicate their lives to it. The name given doesn't make any sense.
I think that's because it's in New York.
Yeah, what's Call of Duty anymore? Um,
You
there's
know, the cutscenes too are pretty cartoonish, so I think that gets to people. There's quite a cartoon vibe to this compared to Black Ops 3.
yeah.
So
Someone
it's a
said
lot of hardcore fans.
Someone else said this is a really shitty zombies edition. Can you just make a zombies map in a school? It'd be so much fun and would have so much potential. I mean, that'd be cool. Someone said I cringed through the entire trailer. It's just so stupid. Um, there's another one. I understand how people can think they're ripping off Treyarch, but it's not their fault. It was Activision who fired the three highest developers, directors, and screenwriters from Infinity Ward after MW2 released, and 40 more developers quit in protest to go form Respawn, who is now making Titanfall. And since then, their Frankenstein team of developers has proven their incompetence with Ghosts and Modern Warfare 3, but it's not hard to see it. They're having a lot of fun making Infinite Warfare, and I think we should give credit where it's due.
Wow. I like
Um,
that perspective too.
yeah, and this is another one in their defense, I guess. What's wrong with people disliking this so much? At least it's something new, unlike Treyarch making the exact same thing every year. They're doing something different, and I don't see what's not to like. It really looks fun. Infinity Ward are doing what they think is fun, and I respect that.
Nice.
So I mean, there's definitely a lot of community opinion that it's not bad or it is bad. I personally am really excited. I mean, new content is new content. Whether you like it or not, I'm gonna have fun playing it, Like
Feel the same, dude.
it's a
100% the
new
same.
it's a new map. Like Rave in the Redwoods was really, really fun the first like week, I would say. And I really hope this map has more replayability and we're finding stuff later on and they add more small Easter eggs because I think that's something big that they're lacking, where there's just one Easter egg, the main Easter egg, and maybe some storyline stuff, and that's it. They need to add more. They need to
Yeah.
pack it full because every single Treyarch map, as much as I don't like to compare the two, every Treyarch map added that thing jam-packed with Easter eggs.
And the Easter egg should tell storyline. It should tell some more
Yeah,
story.
it should be an actual story when you're doing the
Yeah.
Easter egg and have it make sense. Um,
Other than that, I'm excited. I
yeah,
think we're in for quite a treat, at least for gameplay. We're going to have a hell of a lot of fun just in gameplay, so I'm excited for that. Just finding power alone, it's still a mystery to all of us. So
yeah,
it does, even the small things, man, I'm excited for.
yeah, definitely. I'm definitely excited to see how it goes. For
You got anything
sure.
else you want to add before we close out?
Well, since you mentioned power, do you think there's going to be one power switch, or do you think they're going to go with the route of having multiple again?
Interesting.
Maybe one per section. Maybe there's like 4 stops.
They did in Shadows of Evil. You
Another interesting thing is
had to sort of power
the
it all around the map.
picture. There's like a frame in the trailer, like I guess a small clip it, where it shows, like it's like pretty much right in the beginning. It shows the subway with the claw on the wall, and there's like a gun there as well. There was
Mhm.
4 lights above it. So maybe there's 4 switches that you need to turn for it to open up the doors. So maybe you can't get out of the subway area until you turn all the switches.
Well, that's the thing. They went both ways. So in Rave in the Redwoods, it was one power switch. In Zombies in Spaceland, it was all over.
I personally think it'd be cool if you couldn't leave the subway area until you turned on all the switches.
Okay,
That'd be cool, possibly.
that would be cool. Or
I
you took
guess.
the tram around, and every single place was a starting room, and you had to turn on power.
Or
Leave the
maybe
starting
each
rooms.
character spawns in a different area.
Okay,
That
That'd
would
be
be cool.
interesting. And you meet up on the train.
Yeah.
You can't leave until all the power switches are on.
Yeah, dude.
That'd be kind of cool.
Interesting stuff for sure.
Definitely. So we're only a few weeks away now, right? Is it 1 week? No, it's 2 weeks.
The
About
18th.
about.
So it's a week from this Tuesday.
All right. So we're not far along now.
Yeah, we got about a week. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully we'll get some more information about the map this week. Maybe like the intro cutscene or something. We'll have to wait and see about that. But at the same time, I definitely am excited to see how this goes and everything like that.
Same here, dude. I got nothing but love right now. Just excited for new content.
Yeah, for sure. So, anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. We do have a guest planned for next week as well, which is probably not going to be much Infinite Warfare talk, which is okay, I guess. Take a break from it. But we definitely will have a podcast the Sunday after the map releases to discuss more on our predictions and like what actually turns out to be the map. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and we just hope you enjoyed this week's episode of the Power Up Podcast, episode number 10.
Number 10, we're finally in the books. Next is 11. I'm excited, man. This podcast is doing really good.
Yeah, and we're definitely having fun doing it too.
Definitely.
So,
It's all about
every Sunday, guys.
All right, well, I'll catch you guys in the next one too.
All right, peace out, guys.
Yeah.